The doctor's office smelled like antiseptic and old magazines. Claire sat in the small waiting room, her hands folded in her lap. Her sister Rebecca sat beside her, scrolling through her phone. "Claire Thompson," the nurse called. Claire stood. Her legs felt heavy. Rebecca looked up. "Want me to come with you?" "No," Claire said. "I'll be fine." But she wasn't fine. She walked down the hallway, following the nurse into a small examination room. The walls were beige. There was a poster about heart health on the wall. The doctor came in a few minutes later. Dr. Morris. She'd known him for years. He sat down and opened a folder. "Claire," he said quietly. The tests came back. She already knew. She could see it in his face. "It's lupus," he said. "We caught it early, but it's aggressive. You'll need treatment right away. Medication, lifestyle changes, regular monitoring." Claire nodded. She didn't cry. She just nodded. "Can I still work?" she asked. "For now, yes. But you'll need to pace yourself. No stress. No overworking." She almost laughed. No stress. She was a single mother with 2 children and a job at a hotel front desk that barely paid the bills. "Okay," she said. "Claire," Dr. Morris said gently. "This is manageable. You can live a full life with this." She nodded again. But when she left the office and got into Rebecca's car, her sister looked at her and said, "What did he say?" "Lupus," Claire said. Rebecca's face went pale. "Oh my God." They drove in silence for a while. Then Rebecca said something Claire would never forget. "You know what Mom's going to say, right?" Claire looked out the window. "She's going to say no man will ever want you now." Claire didn't answer, because she knew Rebecca was right. That night, Claire sat at her kitchen table. Her 2 children were asleep upstairs. Emma was 9. Liam was 6. Their father had left 3 years ago. He'd called Claire boring. Said she'd given up on herself. Said he needed more. He sent money sometimes. Not often. Claire stared at the bottle of pills Dr. Morris had prescribed. She was supposed to take 2 every morning. She thought about what Rebecca had said. No man will ever want you now. Claire had believed for a long time that she wasn't enough. Not pretty enough. Not interesting enough. Not healthy enough. And now she had proof. She opened the pill bottle and took the first dose. Then she went upstairs and checked on her children. Emma was curled up with her stuffed rabbit. Liam had kicked his blankets off. Claire covered him gently. She stood there in the doorway for a long time, watching them breathe. They were the only thing that mattered. The only thing she couldn't fail. 3 weeks later, Claire was working the front desk at the Grandview Hotel. It was a quiet Thursday morning. The kind of shift where nothing happened. Then the door opened. A man walked in. He was tall, maybe in his early 50s. He wore a dark coat and carried a leather bag. His hair was gray at the temples. His face was calm, but his eyes looked tired. He walked up to the desk. "Good morning," Claire said. "Checking in." "Yes," he said. "Reservation under the name Daniel Hale." Claire typed into the computer. "Yes, I have you here. Suite 304. You're with us for 2 weeks." "That's right." She printed his key cards and handed them over. "Breakfast is from 6 to 10 in the dining room. If you need anything, just call the front desk." "Thank you," he said. He started to walk away, then stopped. "Excuse me," he said. "Is there a good place nearby to get coffee? Real coffee, I mean. Not hotel coffee." Claire smiled a little. "There's a place 2 blocks down. It's called Brewed Awakening. They're very good." "Thank you," he said again. He left. Claire didn't think much of it. But the next morning, he came back to the desk. "Good morning," he said. "Good morning, Mr. Hale. Is everything all right with your room?" "It's perfect," he said. "I just wanted to say thank you. That coffee shop was excellent." "I'm glad," Claire said. He stood there for a moment, like he wanted to say something else. Then he nodded and walked away. Over the next few days, Claire saw him often. He was always polite, always calm, but there was something about him that felt heavy, like he was carrying something he couldn't put down. On the 5th day, he came to the desk in the evening. "Good evening, Mr. Hale." "Good evening, Claire," he said. She blinked. He'd remembered her name. "I was wondering," he said. "Is there a good place to eat nearby? Somewhere quiet." "There's a small Italian place called Marcello's," she said. "It's not fancy, but the food is wonderful." "Thank you," he said. Then he paused. "Would you like to join me?" Claire froze. "I'm sorry," he said quickly. "That was forward. I've been eating alone for a week, and I thought." "I can't," Claire said. "I have children at home." Of course, he said. I understand. He walked away. Claire's heart was pounding. She didn't know why. That night, she told Rebecca what happened. He asked you to dinner? Rebecca said, eyes wide. It wasn't like that, Claire said. He was just being nice. Claire, a man doesn't ask a woman to dinner just to be nice. He's a guest at the hotel. I can't. Rebecca leaned forward. What does he look like? I don't know. Normal. Older. Gray hair. Is he rich? Claire hesitated. I think so. He's staying in a suite. Rebecca grinned. You should have said yes. I have lupus, Rebecca. I'm not exactly a catch. Rebecca's face went serious. Stop saying that. It's true. It's not. But Claire didn't believe her. The next week, something changed. Daniel Hale started leaving small tips at the front desk. Not for Claire specifically. Just in a jar labeled front desk staff. But Claire was the only one working mornings. One day, he left a handwritten note with the tip. Thank you for the recommendations. You've made this city feel less lonely. Claire folded the note and put it in her pocket. She didn't know what to do with it. A few days later, Emma got sick. Claire had to call in to work. Her manager wasn't happy, but there was nothing she could do. Emma had a fever. Liam was scared. Claire sat up with Emma all night, pressing cool cloths to her forehead. By morning, the fever broke. Claire was exhausted. When she finally went back to work 2 days later, Daniel Hale was waiting at the desk. Are you all right? He asked. Claire blinked. Yes. Why? You weren't here, he said. I was worried. My daughter was sick, Claire said. Is she okay now? Yes. She's fine. He nodded. Good. Then he handed her something. It was a small bag from the bookstore down the street. I didn't know what she liked, he said, but I thought she might enjoy these. Claire opened the bag. Inside were 2 children's books. One about a girl who loved stars. One about a boy who built robots. Claire's throat tightened. You didn't have to do this, she said. I know, he said, but I wanted to. He walked away before she could say anything else. That night, Claire read both books to Emma and Liam. They loved them. Who gave these to us? Emma asked. A guest at the hotel, Claire said. Why? Liam asked. Because he's kind, Claire said. Emma looked at her. Is he your friend? I don't know, Claire said, but she thought maybe he was. The following week, Claire worked a double shift. Daniel came down to the lobby in the evening. You've been here since this morning, he said. Someone called in sick, Claire said. He frowned. You should go home. I can't. I need the hours. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, Can I ask you something? Okay. Why do you work so hard? Claire looked at him. Because I have 2 children, and no one else is going to take care of them. He nodded slowly. Their father. Gone, Claire said simply. I'm sorry. Don't be, she said. We're better off. He didn't look convinced. Can I ask you something? Claire said. Of course. Why are you staying here for so long? In this city, I mean. Daniel looked down at his hands. I'm avoiding going home, he said. Claire waited. I built a company, he said. Spent 30 years building it. I have more money than I know what to do with. A big house. Nice things. He paused. But I have no one to share it with. You were married? Claire asked gently. Yes, he said. For 26 years. She died 2 years ago. Cancer. Claire's heart ached. I'm so sorry. We didn't have children, he said. She couldn't. We tried, but it didn't happen. He looked up at Claire. I don't know how to be alone, he said. I don't know what to do with myself. Claire understood. I know it's not the same, she said. But I understand loneliness. Do you? Yes, she said. I've felt invisible for a long time. He looked at her like he was seeing her for the first time. You're not invisible, he said quietly. Claire's breath caught. That night, Claire couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about Daniel, about the way he looked at her, about the sadness in his voice. She wondered what it would be like to be seen by someone like him. But then she thought about her diagnosis, about the pills she took every morning, about the exhaustion that came with her illness. And she thought, he deserves better than this. The next day, Daniel didn't come to the desk. Or the day after that. Claire told herself it didn't matter. But it did. On the 3rd day, he appeared in the evening. Claire, he said, can I talk to you? Of course. He looked nervous. I'm leaving tomorrow, he said. Claire's stomach dropped. Oh, but I don't want to, he said. She didn't know what to say. I came here to figure out what to do with my life, he said. And I think I found the answer. What's that? He looked at her. I want to stay, he said. But only if you'll let me see you. Really see you. Not as a guest and a hotel worker. As two people. Claire's heart was racing. I can't, she said. Why not? Because I'm sick, she said. The words came out before she could stop them. I have lupus. I take medication every day. I get tired easily. I have 2 children who need me. I work 2 jobs just to pay rent. I'm not what you think I am. Daniel didn't move. What do I think you are? He asked quietly. Claire looked away. Someone worth pursuing. You are. No, she said. I'm broken. He reached across the desk and gently took her hand. So am I, he said. Claire pulled her hand back. I'm sorry, she said. I can't do this. Daniel nodded. I understand. He turned and walked away. Claire watched him go, and she felt something crack inside her chest. That night, Rebecca came over. Claire told her everything. You said no? Rebecca asked, incredulous. What was I supposed to say? Yes, Claire. You were supposed to say yes. I can't drag him into my mess. Rebecca stared at her. Do you hear yourself? You think you're a mess. But you're the strongest person I know. You've raised 2 kids alone. You've worked yourself to the bone. You've survived a terrible marriage and a diagnosis that would break most people. And now a kind, successful man is telling you he wants to be with you. And you're saying no because you think you're not good enough. Claire's eyes filled with tears. I'm scared, she whispered. Of what? That he'll see who I really am and leave. Rebecca knelt in front of her. Then let him. But don't decide for him. Let him choose. Claire didn't sleep that night. The next morning, she went to work early. Daniel's checkout time was at 11. She watched the clock. At 10:45, he came down to the desk. He didn't smile. He just handed her his key cards. Thank you for everything, he said. Wait, Claire said. He stopped. She took a breath. I'm sorry, she said. I was scared. I still am. But if the offer still stands, I'd like to have dinner with you. Daniel's face softened. It still stands, he said. They went to Marcello's that night. Claire hired a babysitter. It felt strange. She hadn't been on a date in 4 years. Daniel was waiting at a table near the window. He stood when she arrived. You look beautiful, he said. Claire had worn a simple blue dress. Nothing fancy. Thank you, she said. They sat. For a while, they didn't talk about anything serious. They talked about books, about movies, about the city. Then Daniel said, Tell me about your children. Claire smiled. Emma is 9. She's smart and stubborn. She loves to read. Liam is 6. He's sweet and shy. He loves building things. They sound wonderful. They are, Claire said. They're everything. I'd like to meet them, Daniel said. If you're comfortable with that. Claire hesitated. It's fast. I know, he said. But I'm not interested in wasting time. I've wasted enough of it already. Claire looked at him. Okay, she said. Daniel met Emma and Liam the following weekend. Claire was nervous. He came to her small apartment with a bag of donuts and 2 small gifts. For Emma, a book about the solar system. For Liam, a set of building blocks. Both children were shy at first. But Daniel was patient. He sat on the floor with Liam and helped him build a tower. He asked Emma about her favorite planet. By the end of the afternoon, Liam was showing Daniel his drawings. Emma was telling him about her teacher. Claire watched from the kitchen, her heart full. After the kids went to bed, Daniel stayed. They sat on the couch together. They're amazing, he said. They liked you, Claire said. I liked them too. He reached for her hand. Claire, he said. I know this is complicated. I know you have responsibilities. I know you're managing a serious illness. But I want you to know something. She looked at him. I'm not going anywhere, he said. Not unless you ask me to. Claire's eyes filled with tears. Why? She whispered. Why me? Because you're real, he said. Because you've been through hell and you're still standing. Because you love your kids more than anything. Because when I talk to you, I don't feel alone anymore. He touched her face gently. Because you see me too, he said. Claire leaned into his hand. And for the first time in years, she let herself believe that maybe, just maybe, she was worth loving. Things were good for a while. Daniel stayed in the city. He rented an apartment nearby. He took Claire and the kids to the zoo, to the aquarium, to the park. He helped Liam with his homework. He listened to Emma read out loud. Claire felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. But then her mother came to visit. Margaret Thompson was a small woman with sharp eyes and a sharper tongue. She arrived unannounced on a Saturday morning. Claire opened the door and her stomach sank. "Mom," she said, "what are you doing here?" "I came to see my grandchildren," Margaret said, walking past her into the apartment. Emma and Liam ran to hug her. Margaret smiled at them. "Hello, my darlings." Then she looked at Claire. "We need to talk," she said. They sat in the kitchen while the kids watched TV. "Rebecca told me you're seeing someone," Margaret said. "Yes," Claire said carefully. "A man you met at the hotel." "Yes. A rich man." Claire sighed. It's not like that." Margaret leaned forward. "Claire, do you really think this is going to work?" "Why wouldn't it?" "Because you're sick. Because you have 2 children. Because men like him don't end up with women like you." Claire felt the words like a slap. "That's not fair," she said quietly. "It's the truth," Margaret said. "I'm your mother. I'm trying to protect you." "From what?" "From getting hurt. From embarrassing yourself. From dragging those kids through another heartbreak when he realizes what he's gotten himself into." Claire stood up. "You need to leave." "Claire." "I mean it, Mom. Leave." Margaret looked at her for a long moment. Then she stood, grabbed her purse, and walked out. Claire sat at the table, shaking. Emma came into the kitchen. "Mommy, are you okay?" Claire wiped her eyes. "I'm fine, sweetheart." "Why did Grandma leave?" "She had to go," Claire said. Emma hugged her. "I love you, Mommy," she said. Claire held her tight. "I love you too, baby." That night, Claire couldn't stop thinking about her mother's words. Men like him don't end up with women like you. She looked at herself in the mirror. She was 38. She had dark circles under her eyes. Her body was tired. Her hands were rough from work. She thought about Daniel. Successful. Handsome. Kind. Why would he choose her? The next day, Daniel came over. He could tell something was wrong. "What happened?" he asked. "My mother came by," Claire said. "And?" She hesitated. "She said I'm making a mistake," Claire said. "That you'll leave when you realize what you've gotten into." Daniel's jaw tightened. "Do you believe that?" "I don't know." He sat down beside her. "Claire," he said, "I lost my wife. I watched her suffer for 2 years. I held her hand when she died. I know what it means to love someone through hard times. I know what it costs. And I'm telling you, I'm willing to pay it." "But why?" Claire asked, her voice breaking. "Why would you want this?" "I'm sick. I'm struggling. I have baggage. You could have anyone." "I don't want anyone," he said. "I want you." Claire looked away. "I need time," she said. Daniel nodded. "Okay." He stood. "But Claire," he said, "don't let other people's fear become yours." He left, and Claire sat alone in the silence. For the next 2 weeks, Claire barely saw Daniel. She told herself it was for the best, that she was protecting him, protecting her kids. But Emma noticed. "Where's Daniel?" she asked one night. "He's busy," Claire said. "Is he coming back?" "I don't know, sweetheart." Emma looked sad. "I miss him." "I know." Liam came into the room. "Me too." Claire's heart broke. Then something happened. Claire collapsed at work. One moment she was standing at the desk. The next, she was on the floor. Her manager called an ambulance. They took her to the hospital. The doctors said she'd pushed herself too hard, that her body couldn't keep up. They kept her overnight. Rebecca came. She brought the kids. Emma cried when she saw Claire in the hospital bed. "Mommy, are you okay?" "I'm fine, baby," Claire said. "I just need to rest." But she wasn't fine. She was terrified. Rebecca pulled her aside later. "You need to call him," she said. "I can't." "Why not?" "Because this is exactly what I was afraid of," Claire said. "I'm falling apart, Rebecca. How can I ask someone to love me when I can't even take care of myself?" Rebecca grabbed her shoulders. "Listen to me," she said. "You are not falling apart. You are human. You are sick. And you need help. There is no shame in that." Claire's tears spilled over. "I don't know how to let someone help me," she whispered. "Then learn," Rebecca said. That night, alone in her hospital room, Claire picked up her phone. She stared at Daniel's number. Her finger hovered over the call button. Finally, she pressed it. It rang 3 times. "Claire." His voice was urgent. "Are you okay?" "I'm in the hospital," she said. "What happened?" "Where are you?" She told him. "I'm on my way," he said. "Daniel, you don't have to." "I'm on my way." He hung up. 20 minutes later, he walked into her room. His face was tight with worry. "Are you all right?" he asked. "I'm okay," Claire said. "They're releasing me in the morning." He sat down beside the bed. "Why didn't you call me sooner?" "I didn't want to bother you." He looked at her. "Bother me? You've already been through this," Claire said. "With your wife. I can't ask you to do it again." Daniel was quiet for a long moment. Then he said, "My wife's name was Anna, and I loved her more than anything. Watching her die was the hardest thing I've ever done." He reached for Claire's hand. "But I would do it again," he said, "because loving her was worth it. Every single second." Claire's breath caught. "You think you're protecting me," he said. "But you're not. You're just pushing me away." "I'm scared," she whispered. "So am I," he said. "But I'd rather be scared with you than safe without you." Claire closed her eyes, and she finally let go. Claire was released from the hospital the next morning. Daniel took her home. He helped her up the stairs. He made her tea. He sat with her while she rested. Emma and Liam came home from school. They ran to her. "Mommy, I'm okay," Claire said, hugging them. Daniel watched from the doorway. Emma looked at him. "Are you staying?" He looked at Claire. She nodded. "Yes," he said. "I'm staying." Over the next few months, things changed. Daniel didn't try to fix everything. He just showed up. He drove Emma to her dance lessons. He helped Liam with his science project. He sat with Claire on her bad days and didn't try to make them better. He just held her hand. He didn't make her feel weak. He made her feel seen. One night, after the kids were asleep, they sat on the couch together. "I talked to my doctor," Claire said. "She said I need to cut back my hours at work." "Okay," Daniel said. "I can't afford to do that." He looked at her. "What if you didn't have to worry about that?" Claire frowned. "What do you mean? What if I helped?" "Daniel, I can't ask you to." "You're not asking," he said. "I'm offering." Claire was quiet. "I'm not trying to take over your life," he said. "I'm not trying to control you. I want to take care of you. The way you take care of everyone else." Claire's eyes filled with tears. "I don't know how to accept that," she said. "Then let me teach you," he said. 6 months later, Daniel asked Claire to marry him. They were at the park with Emma and Liam. The kids were playing on the swings. Daniel and Claire sat on a bench, watching them. "Claire," he said, "can I ask you something?" "Of course." He turned to her. "I know we haven't been together that long," he said. "But I also know that I don't want to spend another day without you." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. Claire's breath stopped. "I'm not asking you to be perfect," he said. "I'm not asking you to be anything other than who you are. I'm just asking you to let me love you for the rest of my life." He opened the box. Inside was a simple gold band with a small diamond. "Will you marry me?" he asked. Claire looked at him. At this man who had seen her at her worst and stayed. Who had loved her children like they were his own. Who had never once made her feel like a burden. "Yes," she said. Emma and Liam ran over. "What's happening?" Emma asked. Daniel smiled. "I just asked your mom to marry me." "What did she say?" Liam asked. "She said yes," Daniel said. Both kids screamed and jumped on them. Claire laughed through her tears. And for the first time in her life, she believed she was enough. They got married 6 months later. It was a small ceremony in a garden. Just family and close friends. Emma and Liam stood beside Claire. Rebecca was her maid of honor. Daniel's brother stood beside him. When it was time for the vows, Daniel spoke first. "Claire," he said, "when I met you, I was lost. I didn't know how to live anymore. But you showed me. You showed me that life isn't about avoiding pain. It's about choosing love anyway." His voice cracked. "You are the strongest person I know," he said. "And I am honored to stand beside you. To love you. To build a life with you. I promise to be your partner. Your friend. Your safe place. For as long as I live." Claire wiped her eyes. Then she spoke. "Daniel," she said, "I spent so many years believing I wasn't enough. That I was too broken. Too complicated. Too much work. But you never saw me that way. You saw me. All of me. And you chose me anyway." She took his hands. "I promise to let you love me," she said. "Even on the days when I don't think I deserve it. I promise to be honest with you. To trust you. To build a life with you that is full of love and laughter and grace." She smiled through her tears. "I promise to choose you," she said. "Every single day." The officiant pronounced them husband and wife. Daniel kissed her. And Emma and Liam cheered. A year later, they moved into a house. It wasn't a mansion. It was just a nice home in a quiet neighborhood. But it was theirs. Emma had her own room. She decorated it with stars. Liam had a playroom where he built cities out of blocks. Claire cut back to part-time at the hotel. She started taking art classes, something she'd always wanted to do. Daniel worked from home most days. He was there when the kids came home from school. He was there when Claire had bad days. He was just there. One evening, they sat on the porch together. The kids were inside watching a movie. The sun was setting. "Do you ever regret it?" Claire asked. "Regret what?" "Choosing this life. Choosing me." Daniel looked at her. "Never," he said. "Not once." He took her hand. "Do you?" he asked. Claire thought about it. She thought about the fear, the doubt, the voice that had told her she wasn't enough. She thought about her mother's words. "No man will ever want you now." She thought about how wrong those words had been. "No," she said. "I don't regret it." She leaned her head on his shoulder. "I'm glad I said yes," she said. "So am I," he said. 2 years after they married, Claire and Daniel sat in the same park where he'd proposed. Emma was 11 now. Liam was 8. They were older, wiser. Claire's health had its ups and downs, but she managed. Daniel never complained. He never made her feel like a burden. He just loved her. One day, Emma asked Claire a question. "Mom, do you think you and Daniel were meant to be together?" Claire thought about it. "I don't know if we were meant to be together," she said. "But I know we chose to be together. And that's better." Emma frowned. "Why?" "Because meant to be sounds like we didn't have a choice," Claire said. "But we did. Every day we choose each other. That's what makes it real." Emma smiled. "I like that." That night, Daniel asked Claire what she and Emma had talked about. Claire told him. "Do you believe that?" he asked. "That we choose each other every day?" "Yes," Claire said. "Don't you?" He nodded. "I do." He kissed her forehead. "And I'll keep choosing you," he said. "For as long as you'll let me." "Forever then," Claire said. "Forever," he agreed. Years later, when people asked Claire how she knew Daniel was the one, she always gave the same answer. "He saw me when I felt invisible," she said. "And he stayed when I gave him every reason to leave." She would pause. "He didn't fix me," she said. "He just loved me. And that made all the difference." And that was the truth. Not that love made everything easy. Not that it erased pain or illness or fear. But that it made those things bearable. That it made life worth living. That it turned loneliness into belonging. Claire had spent so many years believing no one would ever want her. But Daniel had proven that wrong. Not because she became someone different, but because she let herself be loved exactly as she was. And in the end, that was the greatest gift. Not perfection. Not certainty. Just love. Simple, steady, chosen love. The kind that lasts. The end.